In this video, we're going to take a look at Kahoot. Kahoot is a games-based classroom response system. So you've seen student response systems where students can use clickers to answer questions. Kahoot works on the same lines, although it uses a fun game situation in order to have students compete against each other. With Kahoot, students can use any device that has a web browser, which would include laptops, iPads, smartphones, Chromebooks, Windows PCs, Macs. Any device that has a web browser can utilize Kahoot. You create a quiz, you launch the quiz, and the students play. Kahoot is free, so you can sign up for a free account. I've already signed up for an account, and I am signed in here. And this is my Kahoot dashboard, and at your dashboard you will see all of the Kahoots or quizzes that you've created in your account. Now once you sign up for Kahoot, a really nice feature is that you will have access to over 50,000 quizzes that have already been created by other teachers. So we're going to go ahead and look at the public area of Kahoot, and this is where the quizzes are housed for people who make a quiz and mark it public. They will be available here. You can actually filter this, so if you're looking for math or algebra or spelling or world history or on a particular country, you can put that in here. You can filter it by level, so school would be K-12. You can either look for quizzes or discussions or surveys. Those are the different types of Kahoots that you can create. So even if we just put in K-12 and quiz and do a search, we're still going to get lots and lots of different choices. And you can see that if you find one that you like, you can actually duplicate it. It becomes part of your account, and then you're able to edit that quiz, or you can just play it right here for your class. If you find one that really matches up nicely with what you do, you can play it right here without having to add it to your account. So you can access over 50,000 quizzes that have already been created in Kahoot as soon as you sign up. Let's go ahead and go back to the personal dashboard and take a look at this. Again, here is where you're going to see the Kahoots that you have created, and I'm actually going to run one in preview mode so that you can see how this works. So I've gone into one of my quizzes. It's 3 questions. It's been played 2 times by 2 different players. You can see the questions down here, and in another video we'll actually look at creating your own Kahoots. But let's go ahead and preview this Kahoot so that you can see what it looks like. Now on the left side here we see what the teacher will see, and on the right side here we have a student device. This happens to be an iPod or an iPhone, but again, any internet-enabled device can access Kahoot. So you have some choices that you can make. You can display the game pin, so when we launch this, we'll get a pin that is associated with this game that students will need to enter into their device to be able to access the game. We can show some instructions. We can randomize the order of answers in each question. We can play some music while we're waiting in the lobby. We'll go ahead and turn that off. So you do have the ability to change some of these settings. So we'll go ahead and launch this. Now, and then it gives you the instructions. Again, this is what you would be projecting for students to see. The first thing it's going to do is give you a PIN number that students are going to need to enter to access your Kahoot room or the Kahoot game that you're currently playing. So the student over here will go ahead and put in 2357 on their device and enter. The first question the students will get is they need to put in their name. So you'll have your students enter your name, they'll join the game, and you should see then all of the names of all of your students in this area here. So you know if you have 15 students in your class, you need to wait until you see 15 players here. And when you're ready, once you've got all your students in, you'll go ahead and say Start Now. Now, Kahoot does have some kind of game music that goes along with it to make it a little more exciting, so you'll hear that coming up here shortly. The question is, the processor is also called D. This again is displayed on the overhead, and students are able to then answer the question with the time allowed. It tells them if they got the answer right or wrong, and it tells them what the correct answer was. Then here you will see how many students pressed which answer. And again, the check mark indicates the correct answer. So when we're ready, we can go on to the next question. And we can see here that Sue was awarded 0 points. This would be the scoreboard is going to be displayed after each question. And so kids can really get into this, wanting to see their name up on the scoreboard and see it move up and down. Students are awarded points for correct answers, and they are also awarded points based on how fast they enter the answer. So that is important. Fast fingers are important here. So we'll go ahead and click next and see what the next question is. Connects the processor to the cache. They will be given their 4 choices down here, and then they need to identify those choices. We'll say backside bus, and this time Sue got it correct, and she got 800 Kahoot points. And now she is in first position. And again, you'll see how the students answered. So we'll go ahead and click next. There's one more question in this quiz. Here's the scoreboard. Sue's currently in the lead. The main circuit board of the systems unit. This is the final question. It's up to 1,000 points. And the main circuit board is the motherboard. So Sue got it correct. She didn't get the full 1,000, but she got 850 points. So we'll go ahead and click next. Here's the final scoreboard. We'll click end. Sue is the winner. She got 2 correct, 1 incorrect. Next. At the end of each quiz, it gives the students the option of rating the quiz, so they can say how fun it was, they can say if they learned something new, if they recommend it, and how they feel at the end of it. And then you'll be able to see those cumulative scores for your class. Go ahead and click Final Scores, and then you have some options. You can play it again, you can play a different Kahoot, or you can download the results. If you download the results, it will download into an Excel spreadsheet, which you can save. And I do have one available here to show you what that looks like. The spreadsheet will list each student, how many answers they got correct, how many they got incorrect, and their final score. It will also give you the answers that each student input for that particular question. So if you have a lot of red answers here, you know that that was a question that most of the kids got wrong, and that's maybe something that you need to review. It will also share the ratings with you for that particular quiz, and that was the information that they entered at the end, and the breakdown of each individual question. So the report feature is really nice. If you did want to use this more than just a review game, you wanted to actually give a grade or assign a grade for that, the report feature makes that really easy to do. So that is an overview of Kahoot. In the next video, we'll look at creating your own Kahoot.